Hi, welcome to Numina, the only place that's reverse engineered the College Board. We're going to show you how to solve these problems very quickly with mathematical precision and with 100% confidence. That means you no longer have to rely on the answer key, but purely on the power of knowledge. The mind is a powerful tool, and we're going to show you how to use it. Here's how it's done. Question 28. 5 years in the writing, her new book is both a response to her critics' mistrust with her earlier findings and an elaboration of her original thesis. In A, the writing, we're going to test for verb form. Here, the present participle form writing is functioning as a gerund. We're talking about the writing of her book, in the writing, the action of writing of her book. So the verb form is correct. Do you have anything to add here, Anthony Sonsini?
Sure. In is a preposition, and the writing is the object of the preposition in. And here we're talking about the process. She's 5 years in the writing process. So because the gerund, naturally the gerund verb form or the gerund implies a process, we don't necessarily have to write the word process in front of writing. It's understood. So she was 5 years in the process of writing.
Great, so let's move on to B. In B, we have both a response. Here we're going to test for number agreement and parallel errors. Well, to begin, a number agreement. A response is singular, and her book represents and provides a response. That's okay, that works. But what about the parallel? Well, we have an idiom. And this is one of those idioms that we mentioned we would spoon feed you. We have both A and B. Here, our A would be a response, both a response and, if you look further down in the sentence, an elaboration. So the parallel works. We have a response and an elaboration. And a book can provide both of these things. So number agreement checks and parallel checks out. We can move on to C. In C we have with. Uh-oh. We have to test for idiom. What do you think, Anthony Sonsini? Is with appropriate here?
It's not, and this is one of those rare, or let's not say rare, but not so common case where you would have an idiom error. And actually C is an idiom error because the word with in all of its definition doesn't seem to make any sense here the way it's used. With means together, or to use, or a method too. For example, I write with a pen. So with really needs to mean together with someone or something or a tool to do something. But in this case, with her earlier findings, has really nothing to modify in a logical sort of way. So we need to change this to something that would suit mistrust better, which would be in or of. And if you look at our idiom note, it would be mistrust in or of. This idiom isn't so common on the College Board, but you should still memorize this idiom because it as you can see, it did come out on the test. So we're going to move on to D. This was a tough question, but don't chase idioms still.
In D we have an elaboration. Again, we're going to check for parallel and number agreement. Well, we made the same check earlier with a response. So let's check again to make sure. Yep, it hasn't changed. A response and an elaboration. So the parallel checks out for our idiom both A and B. And a number agreement, an elaboration, singular. We're fine here. Again, the book can provide both a response and an elaboration. So the parallel works and the number agreement works. That leaves us back to our idiom error that Anthony Sonsini pointed out at C, with. We need to eliminate with, omit it, and change it with probably something like in or of, mistrust in or mistrust of. Both of these would suffice. And the sentence would read, 5 years in the writing, her new book is both a response to her critics' mistrust in or of her earlier findings and an elaboration of her original thesis.
Noumena, empowering minds.